Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, Smiling Dread 4 here, and welcome back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles X. As last time, in between, well, today's chapter and the last chapter, we did 3 more affinity missions to, increase our affection towards each other, as well as level up in a way, through missions. And in doing so, at the very end of the session, we got ourselves a new party member that we can switch into, which I have not brought into the team for a couple of reasons. So if you guys have not seen that episode, or the previous episodes before it, make sure you go check them down below in the playlist. They're pretty interesting in their own ways. But anyway, today, we have everything ready to move on to chapter 6, I think it was? Or 5? No, I think it was 6. Yeah, it was chapter 6, okay. So we're moving on to chapter 6, but before we do that, a couple things. Might as well get this off my chest. As you can see, I have put Lau into the party, because I feel like we haven't given him much credit, and off-screen I got him to level 21, as well as Gwen and the other mysterious party member who you guys will know by the initials of HB. Because that's literally all it is. Not much of a spoiler though, so not gonna worry about it. So yeah, I basically brought all the guys together to level up, get a little party in. It's also why, my character is 2 levels above that of Lynn and Elma, even though I've always had them on the team. Because of that. What else was there? Yes. Also off screen during the grinding, if you go to classes here, we've made it to rank 10, and now we have 2 more choices. We can either go the Samurai Gunner route, the Samurai progression for Striker, basically the same thing as this, but with more arts. But also, let's see, do weapon damage. Oh, that. Not sure what that's about. Oh, toggles them? Not sure. But basically, exact same thing as Striker. I'm assuming it has a little more, balanced arts towards it, and then you can either choose that or the Shield Trooper, basically a Lin style class, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think we've already got enough Shield Masters as is, along with our new character plus L. So I think I'm just going to go with the standard route, see where this takes us, hopefully get ourselves some awesome new arts, so we'll change classes, and there we go, now we are a Striker, which does absolutely nothing to us, so I don't know why we phased out of that, but what you gonna do? Also, one more thing, or 2 more things. Off screen, because I ranked up to maximum, I got ourselves a couple of new arts. Magnum Edge here, I think I got this one from level 10, although I can't say for certain. Deals weapon damage plus inflicts physical resistance down. In other words, it's a Protect. For any of you guys that play Final Fantasy. Oh, don't know why I did that. So yeah, basically got that. Ultra Slash we got from one of the missions. The Affinity missions. What else was there? Rising Blade? No, not that. Offensive Stance. The exact opposite of Defensive Stance, where this will increase your accuracy, but also boost the melee attack damage and the damage that you take. So also a risk-reward kind of thing. Was there anything else in here that I forgot? Maybe not. Oh, there's also this, the Burst Grenade. Basically the exact same thing as Flame Grenade, but albeit not more powerful. But, since I don't use Flame Grenade that often, I'm not too concerned about this. It's not that big of a deal for me, honestly. Let's see, go back here. I think I noticed what happened from her. Wait, what? Oh, it switched the arts around, that's why, okay. So, I lost the arts. Okay, give me a second to switch this around. This is gonna get annoying otherwise. Why did I have to do that to you? I mean, honestly, it makes no sense. Let's see. So this was for the place of defensive stance, I remember that. This took the place of offensive stance, I think. Yeah, and then Flame Grenade was right next to it. Then that being said, this is in the place of defensive stance. And once more, this takes over the place of Ultra Slash. Where is that? not that. Ultra Slash, there we go. Anything else? Oh, wait, hold on. Ultra Slash takes the place of this new art. What was this called? Ah, it's the burst grenade, right. Not too concerned about that. Offensive stance, and then finally Infuriate takes over the offensive stance. There we go. Wait, what? That's roughly it, right? Yeah, I guess so. Not used to the whole grenade thing. Get rid of that for Magnum Edge. And bada bing, bada boom, we are set up. Ooh, man, that feels so good. Anything else? I think that's almost it. One more thing I also need to go over. Don't know if this was always there. It probably was, but never noticed it. If you go to the sub-menu here by pressing the X button, in these options, you can equip your strongest gear. So if you're not the type to, you know, like sort around your gear every now and then, just go over here, click this, and if there's anything, you know, better, it'll put it on. So I guess we'll change it to this. I think it actually... Let me see this real quick. Okay, no. So, apparently I got some pants off screen. You probably saw them, the gray ones, which were better than the ones I had before, but now these are apparently much better than those, so I have no response. What about Elma? What's better than that? I guess so. I'm not a big fan of the pants, honestly. I don't know, they just don't fit her in my opinion, although that's probably me just being stubborn. For Lynn... Ooh, I kinda like that style, actually. Minus the top, but yeah, I'll get over it. As for Lau, I believe I set him up with the new gear as well, but just double check. Right, I changed his shirt because, for whatever reason, it's the exact same as this. And I'm not a big fan of the colors, honestly. It kind of sends a bad chill down my spine. And I like how I'm going over how much I don't like the style when I'm not even much of a fashionista myself. I mean, I literally wear the first thing in my closet every day for school. You know, just like draw on the first sweater at the very left, draw on the first long shirt at the very left, draw on a pair of pants that's on top, and boom, you're good to go. It's that easy for me. Although, I'm sure more people are more self-conscious about that stuff, so I'm not gonna say anything. But let's get on to this mission. I think I've blabbed on long enough. Yeah, so Chapter 6, and oh, apparently we can't have Lau for this. Man. I wonder why that is. Are we gonna get a new member? Probably will. I still don't understand why that's a thing. I mean, it's one thing if they restrict the member, but I don't get it. Why just... You know, say, oh, guess what? You can only have these two members with you at all times. No, there's no other option. That's how it's gonna work. And just say, you know, you have the two required members. Why can't you have the fourth member? It makes no sense. Although, who knows? Maybe we'll run into him, Lau somewhat in the mission. You never know. But okay. Same spiel as always. If we accept the mission, cannot do any affinity missions, yada yada yada, but we need this to progress, so I'm not gonna say a dang word. Let's just move on and see where this takes us. Chapter 6, Dark Matter. Are we gonna be fighting some Adamantoids? Because I do not like Adamantoids. They are a pain to grind, especially if you need Dark Armor for your ultimate gear in Final Fantasy 13. They don't make that in Final Fantasy 13 too, I don't think, but oh! I'm gonna stop talking right now because I'm curious.
Don't just stand there! Push back! We can't let them get close!
The heck? Neon Wolves? The heck? And they're taking on the Purge? Or the Prone? So... I don't know whether to be excited or terrified. I'll leave that to you guys in the comments below. But yeah, this does not look good. By any means. Angry on flagship. Explain yourself.
Even our skills are powerless before them.
Continuing to persist here is meaningless. It will only serve to thin our ranks.
After all this time, we've finally found a clue that may lead us to the Great One.
With respect, the phenomenon space surrounding this planet is only 800 exodents in diameter. 3 days at light speed is more than enough to scour it thoroughly. If the Great One or the Samar Federation homeland were here, don't you think we would have found something by now? It's one thing to engage the enemy all the way out near that forsaken chunk of rock they call Earth. But then to be swallowed up by that strange light and dumped off here in this primordial hellhole? Are we cursed? And trapped with humans of all things. It's like some sick joke. If someone told me this was death, I'd believe them.
All the more reason to persist. We must retrieve it if we ever hope to escape the confines of this phenomenon.
Grandmaster Luxor,
Speak.
I bring news.
Really? And he can be trusted? Most interesting. Yes, a most interesting proposal indeed.
I'm at a loss for words. Meanwhile, back in the senior reserves of the barracks.
What should I whip up today?
What are your specials today, yo? See, fried chicken, foie gras. So apparently the choices don't change. I don't think I've ever had pot pie in all honesty. I mean, I've heard of it obviously, but never had it. Beef braised in wine? Not a wine person. Tandoori chicken or chicken satay. I'm glad that most of these are sound delicious. Let's go for some pot pie. Some dessert for dinner.
That is a great idea.
I also like how the new glove of hers has some elongated nails.
Lindley, what is Lindley baking?
Today is one of my specialties, pot pie.
Pie? Did Tatsu ever tell Lindley pie is his favorite? Tatsu will even help Lindley make it.
Great. Why don't you flatten out that crust?
Tatsu will jump to it.
Literally? Does he literally do... He's literally
How
doing
big
it!
does Lindley want crust to be?
Oh, just big enough to cover you completely.
Wah wah.
How many times Tatsu need to know, Lindley? Tatsu is here to serve, not be served.
Oh, right. That does sound familiar.
Lindley always say that too. Lindley say that every time.
Time to eat, everyone.
That looks delicious. It actually does. And this is coming from the guy who hasn't even had lunch yet.
Now that was a meal.
Ah, so that's
I'm
why.
impressed, Lynn. My team could learn a thing or two.
L?
I'm glad you liked it.
But you didn't stop by just for a meal, did you?
No. You know me, Elma. It's about a job.
It would seem to us the good sir would like to pick our brain. Of course, we will gladly let him in one ear and out the other.
What?
Almost, Elle. Almost that time.
He reminds me so much of Omi from Shaolin Showdown in a way.
What type?
No idea. It doesn't match anything on record as far as I can tell. No one's seen anything like it. It looks abandoned, too. Totally ripe for the picking.
Oh, man, you're giving me goosebumps.
right? It's located here.
That's pretty deep in Noctilum. No wonder you wanted to talk to El.
Exactly. But here's the rub. The Ganglion are after it too. From what we can tell over Frontier Nav, they've gone after it several times already, and failed.
Well, yes, that doesn't surprise us in the least. That's tainted land.
Tainted? Doesn't sound good.
They are savage beasts. Ferocious, insatiable.
He's talking about these.
We didn't run into anything like that in Noctilum, did we?
The tainted are territorial. They only dwell deep within a specific part of the forest there.
Lucky us.
Although it doesn't seem right to even call it a forest anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because the tainted devour any and all living things. Apart from other tainted, that is.
You mean even mighty Tatsu not safe?
Nope.
Indeed, you would be swallowed whole. The tainted would make no bones about you, I'm afraid.
Interesting. They must be formidable to be defeating a Ganglion over and over.
But if what El says is true, it could work in our favor.
Right. Our bodies are artificial mints. If the tainted don't perceive us as living things, we might be safe.
Let's back up a second. You reported all this to the commander? Our top priority above all else is supposed to be searching for the life force. Are you suggesting we set that aside to try and recover this map?
Exactly. Commander Vandam is why I'm here. He specifically requested I enlist your team. It's just as you say. There's no time for us to screw around. And we still absolutely need to find the Lifehold. But remember, the fact is we're also dealing with hostile Xenos here. Xenos who destroyed Earth and want every last one of us dead. Xenos who also seem to want this mech, and desperately.
And if it's that important to them?
Right. What if it's a secret weapon, powerful enough to tip the scales?
Feels like a bit of a long shot, to be honest. But okay. Even if we can't use it, we should at least keep it from the Ganglion. Count us in. Any objections?
No, ma'am.
Glad to hear it.
But if we're going to take this on, we'll need to keep it quick.
Roger that. El and Tatsu, you hang back. Unlike us, the tainted would target you guys for sure.
Oh, most considerate of you, good sirs.
Oh, Lindley! Lindley care about Tatsu after all!
Well, of course. After all this time watching over you and fattening you up, I'm not about to let my prized turkey go to some rabid indigents.
Why do I have the feeling we're going to be fighting level 30 monsters? Just based on those description of the tainted. I don't know why, I just got that bad sensation right now. Retrieve the alien mech from Noctiluum's Dead Man's Gulch. Oh, Dead Man's Gulch. That also sends a shiver up my spine, but... Take a deep breath. Fingers crossed. Let's do this. Set.